How's it going? Barb here on YouTube. Welcome to everyone who's here already, and those of you that were here early. Chat. I saw Lisa was watching live from Pennsylvania this evening. Why? Anyway, welcome Lisa from Pennsylvania. Oh, you know what? I realize I don't have an extra light on. I need an extra light on. There. Now I'm just like so much better. It's not true. I can probably see better is the actual thing that's going on with the light, but it looks like I'm kind of pixelating or something weird on my iPad. So I don't know if that's happening for you guys or if it's like a my iPad thing. Are you guys seeing some weird looking streaming going on here? I mean, I'm not even kidding. Look at that. Look how terrible that looks. Ew. It's pixelating. Why? Why? I thought I fixed everything. Ugh. Yep, everyone's saying it's bad. It is bad. I don't understand what the heck is going on. Let's see if I hit my own settings. Nope, the quality is supposedly the highest quality. I wonder if it's like my internet must be really crappy. What the heck? I just want to cry. I am so tired of all these problems. I don't even know what to do. I honestly have no idea what to do. Ooh, is it clearing up? Maybe. It looks like it's slightly starting to clear up. Oh my gosh. Oh, somebody says it's better. Someone says good, a little better, better. It looks a little better on my end. It still is not great. I've literally done nothing. I don't know why. Is it seeming to get better? Oh my gosh, I think it looks pretty decent now. Looking at myself on my iPad, I am seeing it looks good. Oh my gosh, what the heck was up with that? That was just a test of the emergency broadcast system. Just kidding. I do have these to wear. Because it's October, so that means it's Halloween month. I feel like I have to like scrunch way down so that you can actually see. Look at how glittery they are. Aren't they cute? It's my little bat wings on my head. And they're quite glittery. I believe I got them at Walmart last year for anybody who might wonder where they came from. I think it was at Walmart. Yeah, I'm sure they were pretty darn cheap, but they're really cute. And they stay on pretty good. I can wiggle my head around and I don't feel like they're going to fall off. So if you're looking for a quality, cheap pair of a headband or whatever, Walmart might be your best bet. And maybe I got these at the dollar store. No, I'm pretty sure it was Walmart because I feel like a couple years ago, Dina and Kelly were here and we went to the dollar store and we must have gotten Christmas. We must have gotten Christmas ones because they would have been here in November. So we would have gotten Christmas ones. So yeah, these had to have come from Walmart. I don't know if they still have them, but whatever, they probably still have something kind of cute. Sometimes my mother-in-law watches me. So what do you think, Joyce? How do I look? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so I had a big problem last week, and what I found out what happened was, okay, well, you go into YouTube to schedule it to say, okay, I'm gonna go live, and I always do it not right at the moment. So I always like schedule it to go, at a different time. So unbeknownst to me, within a like 6-day span, YouTube decided to add another little option to the advanced settings menu that said which way you want your phone to work. Do you want it to be vertical or do you want it to be horizontal? I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. They don't tell you that they change things. So I didn't know that. So it defaults to vertical, straight up and down, where you have like this much space to work in, And so it had defaulted to that. I could not fix it. And so I just had to roll with it last week. And thank you guys for your patience because I was pretty annoyed. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty annoyed. But after I got done with the live, because I saw something kept coming up when I was trying to fix it that kept saying something about advanced settings. And I was afraid to go in and try it at that moment because if I would have lost the live, if I would have had to end the live or whatever, then I have to create a whole brand new link and then nobody can find it. So I didn't want to do that. I figured, well, it's better to have this crappy tiny little view than it is to try to make a new link and have nobody be able to find it. So after I got done last week, I went in and scheduled another live event, and that's when I saw that you have to choose which way you want your phone to be oriented at the time. So you can't have it be defaulted to vertical and then want to change it to horizontal later. It won't let you. You have to do it before you even go live. So note to self and anyone else out there who watches me that happens to do YouTube lives and maybe run into the same problems, that's how you take care of that. So you're welcome. Okay. Then I think I mentioned to you guys that we were going to go, because I'm always live on Thursdays, that I was going to go on Friday up to Billings, Montana to look for a new car. I did. And I got a new car. Not new, but new to me. So I got a GMC Terrain. I've never had such a fancy vehicle. And this is probably not even fancy to most of you, but it has heated seats and a heated steering wheel, and it has a backup camera. I don't even know, multiple other things. I'm not used to that kind of stuff. I've never had a vehicle like that. So it's been a learning process. Trying to back up with a backup camera is not that easy. It's just not that easy. The heated seats, not gonna lie, it's pretty nice. So yeah, and it's blue, which is one of my favorite colors. Blue and black are my favorite colors. So I have this new car, and it's so funny. When we came home, when we were showing my son, he's like, "Why do you need a new car? You don't even go anywhere." That's not a lie. I don't. I typically leave my house maybe once a week to go to the grocery store. That's it. So I don't really need a new car. But my daughter wanted to buy my, I guess, old car now, because she wanted to get a different car because her car is really, really old and really, really horrible. It's my old car. It has very little heat. We had to take the air conditioning compressor out of it because it was causing some problems. So it's got no air conditioning. It's old. It's like a 1999 Ford Taurus with 220,000 miles on it. I'm not going to lie. It's been an amazing car. It's been a great car. It still runs decently, but it's kind of crappy. And so she's been wanting to get a new car. She was scared to go out and deal with used car salesmen by herself. So she asked my husband, she goes, "Could I buy your car and you guys get a new car?" I'm like, "Oh, so how does that work out?" We sell her our car for, a cheap price, and then we have to go out and spend tons more money on a new car. That seems dumb, but okay. So we did, and I have a new car. So yay me. Yeah, so that's exciting. So my son has not driven it yet because I think we came home on Friday. He was already gone because he goes to his friend's house who lives 30 miles out of town on the weekend. So he came home Sunday night and he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to drive it." Well, he was filthy. He hadn't changed out of his work clothes, which are disgusting and filthy. And he wanted to get in my brand new car. Well, it's not brand new. It's new to me. And I said, absolutely not. There's no way in the world that you are getting in my new car as filthy as you are. So he has not driven my car. So today I asked him if he would be willing to go get pizza for dinner because, it's Thursday. It's football. We got to have pizza. And he said, yes. He said, "Oh, can I take your car?" And I said, not unless you shower first. He just got done showering. So he is going to be clean and he's going to be able to get in my new to me car and not make a pit out of it from his disgusting, filthy clothing. And I just saw somebody comment that they were brand new to my lives. Yay, this is Maria. Well, welcome, Maria. So glad to have you here. That's awesome. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them. If I can't answer them or if I don't see your question, these lovely ladies who watch me faithfully every Thursday night can typically answer any questions for you if I don't happen to see them. So there you go. So I should check the comments to see if you guys had anything exciting to say. Oh, you guys are loving your backup cameras. I just can't get on board with that. It's so strange to not look around to see what's going on. So it's going to take a little while for me to get used to that. And Mary says she's done that same thing with her kids, but sold them. Well, maybe you gave it to them. I guess that's up to you. We're cheap. And so, yeah, we're going to make her buy it from us. because it's not a terrible car. It's a decent car, and I really like it. Anyway, so that's good. Flo says she has all that stuff in her Jeep, and she says once I get used to it, I'll never want to enter any other way. And I'm kind of worried about that. Although I kind of feel like, let's say I use this car for, let's say, 10 years and I get another new to me car, it'll probably have even more bells and whistles than this thing has. So you're probably right. I probably will get used to it. I can totally get on board with the heated seats. That I can totally get on board with. So there you go. Okay, and we have Amy and Terry and Mary Lynn and Jean and Carol and all of you lovely ladies joining us tonight. So thank you so much. I don't think my son's done anything crazy. He hasn't bought anything. Yeah, he hasn't done anything that I can think of. So yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to tell you this, but don't say anything. Only Murders in the Building, season 3. From what I understand, the finale dropped on Tuesday. So Tuesday afternoon, I subscribed to Hulu for a month so that we can binge watch Only Murders in the Building season 3. So Tuesday night, we watched 4 episodes. Okay, each episode was about 30 or 40 minutes. I have such a problem with watching TV and falling asleep. I literally cannot stay awake. I didn't. I watched about 20 minutes total of all the episodes. So I had to go in yesterday while I was trying to do other things and watch 4 episodes. I think I watched most of the first episode, so like 3 episodes. So I was actually had my computer upstairs while I was making dinner, and I had my headphones in. And so I was mostly listening to it, but then I would race over to my computer if I had to see something that was going on. So then last night we watched 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think I watched all of 5 and like the last 10 minutes of 8. And I'm not going to have time today to watch the ones that I missed. So then tonight, my husband's going to want to watch the other 2 after the football game. And I'm not going to know what's going on. I'm so mad at myself. But my daughter was a little upset. She goes, why didn't you wait for me to come home at Thanksgiving? We can watch it together. And I said, well, you know me, I'll probably fall asleep. So it'll be a brand new show to me coming up over Thanksgiving. So I'm sure I'll be watching it again. So anyways, if you guys haven't watched Only Murders in the Building, it is the funniest show. It's got Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez in it, and a bunch of other amazing people. And this season they have Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd and the guy that played, I think it was Jesse on Grey's Anatomy, the doctor whose family owned the hospital and all that kind of stuff. Can't think of what his real name is. But yeah, so it's just it's a funny show. It's a little inappropriate. They do use some curse words, but you have to kind of get over that sometimes, I guess. Well, I guess you don't have to. If you want to watch the show, you will. I find it kind of funny. So anyways, if you haven't watched it, it's on Hulu. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 are on there. You can get Hulu for like a month. I recommend getting it with no commercials. Come on, let's not lie. Commercials are pretty boring. At least on YouTube, you can like fast forward through them. So that's nice. But yeah, so I recommend the Hulu with no commercials. Just get it for a month. You can binge watch all 3 seasons, probably in a week or 2, and you'll be happy that you did. So, okay, I'm going to flip the camera around and, yeah, we're going to start stamping. So I've got a couple projects for you guys. As you know, it's Thursday. It is, football night. So we got to be done by about 6 so we can eat real quick and then watch the football game. So, but I have to say, I am super happy that I was able to figure out what the deal was with this silly orientation last week, because that drove me absolutely crazy. Okay, so I did want to share with you guys the cards that I did make last week. While I was able to still stamp, I had to stamp in a very small area. So these are the cards that I made. I made this cute mitten card using the Abundant Beauty stencils or masks, whatever you want to call them. So that was a fun card. And then I made this fun card just using paper, and you layer them on top of each other, and then you kind of cut a wave, and then you can fit the 2 pieces together. I hope that makes sense. If not, you can go back and watch the video from last week. So here's the card that I actually made, and then I had an extra one, so I put it on the blue. So we have the blue and the blue, and I feel like this thing is not like oriented good just yet. So sorry. I had to really jack it around last week to make it work. and I haven't used it to make any videos since. So there you go. Okay. Alrighty. So what we need to talk about real quick is, Cheryl still likes the black one. So did I. The starter kit. Stampin' Up! Is having their 35th anniversary this year in 2023. So it's kind of amazing to me that I have been part of this amazing company for 20 and a half years now. 20, gosh, almost half my life I have been associated with Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator or a customer. And I can't tell you how much I just love being associated with Stampin' Up! I love Stampin' Up! I love the product. I love the people that I have met through this amazing experience. I just love that it allows me to be creative because I'm not really that creative, but the stamps and the papers and all the coordinating stuff make it super easy for me to do this. It is my full-time job. So thank you to all of you that watch my videos and buy my classes and purchase product from me and join my team. None of this, I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you guys so much. So as a thank you from Stampin' Up, they're offering either 35% off the starter kit to become a demonstrator or 35% more product in your kit to become a demonstrator. So you decide how you want to do it. You can either pay $64.35 and get $125 in product, or you can pay $99 and get $168.75 in product. So you just have to decide, do you want to pay less and, get a little bit less product, or pay a little bit more and get a lot more product? It's totally up to you. And right now, if you join with Stampin' Up, you can we just released some new online exclusive items that are available on a pre-order right now for demonstrators, and you can add those to your kit if you want. And then if you join Stampin' Up! Between now and the end of the month, you will earn a free event. We are having our on-stage event coming up in November, a demonstrator-only event, and you get a free registration to that. So you really can't beat it. It's a $77 value. I paid $77 to attend the event, and of course, I'm happy to do that because the events are amazing. And so there you go. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Otherwise, I do have a link to some more questions and Q&A kind of stuff on my blog in the description of the video. So, and then I also have something very exciting to tell you guys. Dina Kelly and I are doing a stamp camp this year. We are calling it the First We Turkey, Then We Stamp Camp. And it's going to be on Black Friday, but don't freak out. Everything is going to be recorded and loaded. We're not even going to be live. So you don't have to be there live. If you want to, if you go shopping in the morning and you're bored in the afternoon because all your people are watching football or they're gone somewhere, you can then get into the Facebook group and start making the projects. We are offering a fun Stamp Camp box to anyone who wants to purchase it. Well, that's how you get into the Facebook group, is you either purchase the box or you purchase the online only portion. And you get into the group, and the boxes are going to ship on the 13th of November. And so we're really hoping, we can't control the mail, but the 13th of November is the Monday before Thanksgiving week. So, honestly, there's no reason why the post office can't deliver a box of goodies to you between the 13th and the 25th. So we're really hopeful that anybody who orders the box will get their box before the date so that you can watch the videos, you can create the projects at your leisure. There's going to be 15 projects included in this stamp camp. There's over $50 in product in the kit. And in this, we are giving you an exclusive stamp camp bag that we have picked out and personally designed for you. So that is super awesome, and you're going to love it. The bag is amazing, if I can just tell you that right now. So here's the link to register. The box itself is $109, but if you are a member of Stamp Happy Academy or a member of one of our teams, you get the stamp camp for $10 less. So you only pay $99. So in the registration, my registration, it will ask you if you're a Stamp Happy Academy member or a team member of mine. You check yes. And then when I send you your PayPal invoice, I will reflect the $10 discount on that. So that's an amazing perk of being a member of Stamp Happy Academy, because we love you guys so, so much. So again, the link is in the description. More information is coming, but there's only, I can only do so many boxes, so I do have a limit. I'm not going to say what that is, but I will have a limit. So if you want in, you should get in right now. Okay. And again, we're all going to have our own links. So there you go. Okay. I got to speed it up. I got to be ready here pretty soon. Oh, then we're also adding a Winter Owls class. This is going to be our November class. And so we are offering it to Stamp Camp attendees at a discount. And that is all part of the registration with the link in the description of this video. So this is all November stuff. The Stamp Camp and the Winter Owls are November classes. Don't you love our name? First we turkey, then we Stamp Camp. I know, we love it. But the month of October, my classes are the Oh Holy Night, and I'm going to be making a card using these products for you tonight. And then the Modern Garden. These are our 2 classes for the month of October. Okay. Then I always have some of my retired items for sale. A lot of the stuff is gone, but I still have some great items left. I tried to price them really low so I can get rid of them. And again, the link to my retired items store is in the description of this video. I always have adhesive kits for you guys. If anybody's interested in an adhesive kit, they come in these cute little bags. I have multiple colors. You get a seal adhesive, a tear and tape, liquid glue, glue dots, dimensionals, black dimensionals, an adhesive eraser, a glue eraser, and a ruler, all packaged up in this cute little bag. So there you go. Again, link is in the description. And finally, I must talk about Stamp Happy Academy. It is a collaborative effort between Dina Kelly and I. Janice, yes, everything will be on. Well, we're going to have a PDF that we'll email to you. And so, of course, it'll have the links to the videos. So if you don't do Facebook, you can still get the links off the PDF to watch us make the projects. And there's going to be 15 projects, 15 videos. So yeah, and you do it all at your own leisure. So there you go. Stamp Happy Academy, we have 3 live classes every month. In fact, I'm going to be live next Tuesday. Is it Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon? I can't remember. It's Tuesday sometime. And then of course Kelly's live probably the middle of the month, and Dina's live at the end of the month. And then we also upload all of our classes to Stamp Happy Academy. So all the PDF files to all of our classes are there. We literally have, I think, about 127 classes on the website that you have full access to the minute you join the group. So any information you're looking for, stamphappyacademy.ning, that's important.com. Okay. Let me get the supplies for my Oh Holy Night card out for you. So the Oh Holy Night has a couple of bundles in it. It has the Night Divine bundle that has the amazing sentiments for your cards, along with the stable, the manger, the Holy Family, a wise man, a shepherd, and some cute little animals. And then we have the Stars at Night bundle, where we have the hybrid folder that you can emboss and die cut stars all at the same time. Or you just have all these amazing star dies that you can use on your projects. And then, of course, we have the coordinating stamp set. So I will be using both of these. So if you don't have them, you can, of course, add them to your registration. The link to that, of course, is in the description of this video. All right, so I have some pieces and parts here for the class. I have an envelope. I also had a quarter sheet of basic gray, and you can see that I had cut out the stable piece and the camel, the 2 little sheep, the donkey, and then 2 of the clouds. And so I'm showing you this because that's how, this is actually one of the cards that's in the class. So you can sort of see how I laid it on my piece of gray to get everything die cut. And as you'll see, it did kind of shift in my machine. And so that's why it's cattywampus on there. Then we have a piece of Night of Navy. This is 5.5 by 5 1/4. And then I did score it at 1 inch at the top. And so then you can just fold that over. There's also a layer of vanilla for the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4. I also have a piece of Night of Navy. This is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then I have a piece of this pattern of the Designer Series paper. We're going to use the stars. And this is 4 by 3 1/2. Okay. And then we have a scrap of vanilla that we are going to get sentiment out of. And then you're also going to get a scrap of Misty Moonlight in your kit. So you can then die cut the Holy Family out of the Misty Moonlight. And so then we also have, so here is my donkey, cute little donkey. And I am going to bring in a Stampin' Blend. This is a dark smoky slate marker because I just wanted to add just a little deeper color or a little more color to the animals that I die cut with the stable piece. So they might show up just a little bit better around the stable piece, rather than if they were just the same color. So they are going to look a little bit different. And this is a great tip. I share this quite a bit, but there are some new people that watch me. If you have blends and you want to add a little deeper color to your die cut pieces or punched out pieces, this is a great way to do that, because it just gives you like the same color, but a little bit deeper tone. So it'll show up, it should show up a little bit better. Now, I have also cut off the bottoms of the stable piece because it's too long. And then I also wanted to block the back of this, okay, because I don't want to be able to look through the holes there. So I've got a scrap of basic gray, and you'll get a scrap in your kit. And I'm just kind of putting a slight pencil line around that. So I'm not sure. I think you can see that. And then I'm just going to cut this out, and I'm going to cut inside of the pencil line. So I'm cutting inside of it. I don't even know, maybe a 1/16 of an inch up to an 1/8 of an inch. You can easily continue cutting it if you need to, but I just want to cut it so that it will fit behind this and cover that up, because I don't want to see through my stable. Okay, so you just kind of trim it as you need to get it on there. Yep. And then I'm just going to take some liquid glue, and I'm just going to glue this to the back. Okay, so I'm just, oops, hold that down, and then just get this covered up. Okay, so that's what we have. We have our Holy Family, and I'm going to cut them apart also. So I'm going to cut around Mary here a little bit, and I'm also going to cut the wise man away from Joseph. So now I have a wise man standing alone with his little sheep, and then one of the shepherds standing alone with his staff. Okay. Courtney says she just ordered these. That's a good idea, Courtney, because this is an amazing set. Okay, so then I've already colored the camel and the two little sheep that I also die cut, so I don't need those. I also die cut one of these stars out of gold foil. You will get some gold foil in your kit. And I'm going to add this right here, right above the manger area. And I did put a mini dimensional on the back of it. And I'm going to stick it on about like that. Okay. Leave my donkey here. Come in here, donkey. All right. So then I also have one of the sentiments out of the Night Divine stamp set. And this is the Glory to God in the Highest. And I am going to ink this up in some Night of Navy. We'll stamp it on a scrap of vanilla. If you get the kit from me, you will already get this circle done. You can just stamp your sentiment in the center of the circle. So, but if you're just doing this at home or you're copying it or whatever, then you need to copy it. This is a 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Okay. As far as the inside goes, I'm also using the metallics embossing powders, and I did do a tiny bit of embossing down here at the bottom in gold, and I used this little collection of stars right here, so you can see I stamped it in one direction on this corner and then the other direction in the opposite corner. So I just used Versamark, inked it up, stamped it, covered it with gold embossing powder, and then heat set it. But I also do need to add sentiment in here, a couple of them actually. So I have sentiments out of the Stars at Night set. This one says, wishing you the best and brightest holiday season. I'm going to try to center it. We'll see what happens. You know how that goes. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it just doesn't. Come on, work, please. Oh my word, what is that? Oh my gosh, that is a piece of something. Pretend that's not there, because I'm going to redo that before I actually send this card out. Okay? So we're all blind to the big blob because I don't have another piece already done, and I don't want to take the time to do it right now while we're live. And then I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas below that. Hopefully this is also straight. This does not seem to have any sort of stupid blob on it, so that one is good. Ugh. Boy, I tell you, sometimes things just really annoy me. That is one of them. Okay. We're going to put all those things off to the side so they don't make a mess. And I'm going to adhere this to the inside of my card. Not with a whole lot of glue, because I'm going to take it out and replace it with one that isn't all jacked up like this. Okay, so let's be honest. Has anybody else ever done that? You guys better say yes. Okay, I'm going to put this designer series paper on to my layer of navy. Now this is a square, so it doesn't matter how I put this designer series paper on because it's a square. So in case you were wondering, oh my gosh, how am I going to stick that on? It doesn't matter. Okay. Then we are going to bring in some of this fun gold and vanilla ribbon, and we are going to tie it around this top flap. Well, thank you, Cheryl. She says I'm not alone, and I'm happy to hear that, knowing that I'm not the only person that sometimes messes up stuff. Okay. But, you know, it just takes a little bit more cardstock and you can fix it. Put an embellishment in. I don't know if that would work, Patricia, because, I mean, it might work, but I would not be happy with it. So I am absolutely going to redo this, but not right now. Okay, so I am trying to tie this around. And you guys know, if you've watched me for any period of time, that I struggle hardcore with wrapping a ribbon around cards. But thankfully, for this particular card, if I screw this up, it's not going to matter, because I'm going to cheat and fix it if it doesn't work out. So I'm going to put this like that and try to make it tight. Okay, it's a little bit not tight, so we are going to cheat and we are going to fix it. Carol says she messes up all the time. Oh my gosh, I am in good company, you guys. Okay. So what I'm going to do, so here's how this card is going to work. So I had this, okay, and this is going to go, we're going to center it, and then we're going to glue this flap down. Well, you can see that the ribbon is going to be hiding behind the flap. So what that means is I can move this where I want it to be. And so I need to add my, my stable piece here. Just kind of eyeball it so I know where, and the knot should be good right there. So we're good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to bring in some tape and I'm going to pull it tight. And I'm going to tape it down. So I am making sure that it is in the middle over here on the edges. And then my piece of tape isn't super wide. As you can see, it's a pretty thin piece of tape. And these aren't really overlapping that much, but they're overlapping enough that it makes my card, it makes the ribbon a little bit floppy. And I don't like floppy ribbon. Of course, now I'm having a struggle bus to get the tape down. Okay, there we go. We're good. Now I'm going to add this. So I'm going to add some glue to the top of this piece. Maybe a little more. We want to make sure it sticks. And again, I'm going to center this. So I'm putting it at the very bottom of the card and I'm putting it from side to side. Okay, so I'm looking at down here. I'm trying to make sure that it's centered and I'm doing my best with my eyeballs that I have that aren't that great. And then I'm going to press this down onto that piece. Okay. So there we go. Looking good. Oh, we have a little flap. You know what I need to do? I need to add some glue right along here. I wasn't thinking, because that has to stick there too. So we're going to hold that down briefly to let that stick. And let's see, is anybody saying that they... Sandy said she did a little mess up when she was working with the truck set today. And Judy likes my trick of cutting the ribbon. Yeah, it's a pretty good trick. I'm not going to lie. And I use it a lot because I am terrible at wrapping ribbon around things and tying it so that it's nice and tight. I really, really, really struggle. Some people are amazing at it. Dina is really good at it. I'm not. So I have to cheat. Okay. So now what did I do with my, here we go. It's like, oh my gosh, what did I do with my manger? All right. So the manger is going to go on, and we want, of course, the point to be at the fold line, because we don't want, obviously, it to be above the fold line or it'll stick over. And then I'm going to add some glue to the legs. And if you'll notice, the legs are a little long, which is fine, because we're just going to cut them off. So we're going to lay this down on here. There we go. We have our sentiment piece that is going to tuck under here. And now if you can't tuck it, you can cut some of it off so that it will tuck under and still look normal, like, you know, like it's supposed to be there or whatever. So I'm going to glue this down also. Throw a little glue on there. Again, centering it as best we can with our words and everything too. Okay. So this is kind of a fun fold, you guys. So we'll get that. And then I am going to snip off the ends here. Oh, whoops, I'm not even in the camera view. I'm going to snip off the ends of the piece there. Okay. And then we're going to add all of our friends, all of our people, everything. So the Holy Family, I am going to kind of pop them up a little bit so that they are kind of, you know, the star of the show, as they should be. And I think we can get that on her head. And then maybe down here at the bottom and over here at the bottom. And then I was kind of thinking that I might use some Wink of Stella on the baby, or on the bassinet that the baby's sitting in. I don't know. We'll see. Our little baby Jesus. That is sticking out a little bit. So we do need to cut. Oh my gosh. So is that piece around her head. We cannot have a dimensional sticking out on the side of Mary's head. Sorry, that's just not going to work. There. Okay. Oh, and we have a little piece still here. So maybe a half of a mini dimensional would have been a better option. Okay, so then they're going to sit here at the bottom, like so. And then we're going to have the donkey. He's going to be kind of like this, only because our shepherd is going to be right here. So we're going to stick the donkey about right there. So all of this is just kind of eyeballing it. It is mantle worthy. That is a fact. This is definitely not a card that you would make 100 of. I mean, you know, this would definitely go to a special friend, special family member, or yourself. Nobody says that you can't keep Christmas cards for yourself, right? Okay, so we have our donkey and our shepherd. The camel is going to go over here. So he's going to be, and you can see, I'm going to have his head hang off. I thought that might look kind of cool, having his head hang off. So I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue on his legs. Yeah, this will probably be the putziest card in the class. I did say probably, so if there are more putsy cards, please, whoops, and don't do that. But you know what I can do? I can cut another camel if I have to, if I can't get the glue off of that. Are you supposed to give cards away? Not if you don't want to, Mary Lynn. That's totally up to you. I say if you want to keep it, you should keep it. I'm going to add this little guy. Oh, I think I'm going to put him. Oh, whoops. I got to put my wise man on. Hold on. He's got to be over here with his camel. So he's kind of in front of the camel. And then this little sheep, the detail of these dies is really quite cool. So him and his little other sheep friend are right there. Actually, you know what? I'm taking that back. I want this sheep over here. There. This sheep I'm going to put over there. And then we've used all of the animals that we did die cut. Okay, there. Now we have that all done. How fun is that? Well, except for that. But it's fine. I'm going to fix that. Okay, so then I have a little bit of bling here. These are the neutrals sequins. And so I am going to add a couple, 3, 4, probably three sequins. I'm just going to put one right down here. And then I think I'm going to put a couple up here by my bow. Whoops, not that one. This one. Like that. Okay. And then on the envelope, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to put some designer series paper on it. And I have some patterns here. I think I maybe go with what? Maybe this. This is another one of the patterns that's in the collection. And I think I'm going to use this. So I'm going to go to like 2 3/8 of an inch. Chop it off, and then I'm just going to add it to the flap on my envelope. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here, and we'll do that. So we'll add the paper up to the fold line there, and then we will trim off the excess. And then we have a lovely decorated envelope. And so you get the supplies to make 2 of all the cards. Okay, so you will make 2 of these putsy cards. But then you can keep one and give one away. Or you can, of course, give them both away. You could take a picture of it and then you could keep it. And then you would know how amazing your work was. Okay. So there it is, our card. So pretty. I just love all those animals and all those people. And yay. Okay. So that was card number 1 for us today. That is a card that is in my Holy Night class. So if you decide to take the class, you will get the supplies to make that card. And again, the link to the class is in the description of the video. And, you know, I have to tell you guys, I do make pretty good classes. So if you've never taken a class from me before and you're a little concerned, like, oh my gosh, I don't know, is it worth the money? I know this sounds ridiculous for me to say it is, but it is. I do make a good class. Okay. And then if you're a Stamp Happy Academy member, obviously all the classes are posted to the website so that you can have access to them forever. So let me move that. Then we are going to do a card using the Modern Garden. This is my other online class for the month of October. So we have the Oh Holy Night, and then we have this. Hoy. I was going to say, I saw your name, Hope Toy, and I combined it together as Hoy. Does your brain ever work like that, you guys? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, Hope. Hope says that I do make good classes. Oh my gosh. I'm actually kind of embarrassed that I said that out loud and that my brain even did that, but it just put everything together. Again, I apologize. Barbara, fantastic name, Barbara, I might add. She also says I have fantastic classes. So you guys can rest assured that when I'm offering a class, you will not be disappointed if you do take the class. So there you go. Okay. Modern Garden. Oh, what am I doing? So it has a stamp set and a punch. This is the bundle. And so the class is based on the bundle. We are also using the Garden Walk Designer Series paper. And I am almost out of this. Thank goodness. I just ordered another package of this a couple days ago. And I think it actually shipped. So there you go. And I didn't expedite it or anything. So you get a lot of fantastic patterns in here. A lot of very florally patterns. And then, of course, the neutrally patterns on the back, which I honestly, I can't decide which patterns I like better. I love the florals, like this piece here, even though wild weed is not my favorite color. I'm not gonna lie. It's not my favorite. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. But this piece of paper right here, there is just something about it that I love. I love this piece of paper. And I could just make cards all day long with just this one piece of paper. It's my favorite. But there's a lot of other papers. Oh my gosh, somebody said they lost me. Cheryl did. Does anybody else lose me? I'm seeing myself on my iPad, but that doesn't always mean anything. So hopefully I'm not lost, and hopefully Cheryl gets me back. Okay. So here are the pieces and parts for our project today. Okay, Judy says I'm good. Phew, thank goodness. So I'm starting with a Pretty Peacock base. This is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's a quarter sheet of cardstock. I then have a 2 1/2 by 5 3/8 inch piece of this pattern of that designer series paper that I'm going to stick right here in the middle. Okay. And then I have a 4 3/4 by 7 inch piece of Lost Lagoon, and I have simply folded that in half to make a just a smaller card. So it's like a card on a card. A super simple layout. You can do this with multiple designer series papers. Yeah, just pick a pack of designer series paper and just go with it. Because this is a great layout that works for multiple designer series papers. I mean, honestly, it probably works with every designer series paper package. You can find 2 patterns that go together and then do what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, get up there. Okay, I think we sort of have it here. Okay, everyone is saying good. Oh my gosh, Kathy is watching. Are you back from Switzerland, Kathy? Kathy is one of my amazing team members, and she went to, I'm pretty sure it was Switzerland. Was it Switzerland? It may have been some other countries too, but I vaguely remember that you said Switzerland, so can't wait to hear all about that. All right, so then we've got our little card on a card here, and then I have another piece of the designer series paper. I've got this pattern here because I want to use this side. So this is 3 3/8 by 4 1/2, and I'm going to cut this into 1 1/2 inch strips. So I've got a 1 1/2 right there, and then another 1 1/2, and that'll be the entire thing. Okay, so I'm going to keep them in order. I'm telling you to keep them in order just in case your paper has a definite pattern to it. Like this doesn't really have a pattern to it, but if I flipped this over, it definitely would have a pattern. You can see how then this is kind of like a puzzle, keeping the pieces together. So you want to keep your pieces together, and then we're going to add those to this piece here. So I'm going to start with this one. Add a little bit of glue on it. Oh my gosh, she actually is in Switzerland and Italy. Oh my word. That is awesome that you are watching me from clear over there. What time is it over there, Kathy? It's got to be pretty early in the morning, I would imagine. Because when I was in Norway, it was like, I don't know, 8 or 9 hours ahead of us. I'm pretty sure when we were on the Norway cruise. Yeah, the time difference was crazy. So I pretty much had to text my husband because I couldn't really call him. Well, of course he was working also. So I had to text him all the time because I couldn't remember like if he was, asleep or not. And I wouldn't want to wake him up because, people need their rest. Okay, so we're putting these on, and as you can see, I am leaving a little bit of space between each piece, okay? And then that is going to be glued to this. So basically, this little thing is kind of our card. So it's like a card on a card. So we'll get that off. Or get that on, off. Okay, and if you are into saving paper, which I am and I'm not, it depends what I'm doing. But if you are a paper saver, you can see that this pattern back here, you don't need a whole 5 1/2 inch or 5 3/8 inch strip, right? So you could just make little 2.5 inch by 1 inch pieces and just put them on the ends, and then it would totally cover that up. So you wouldn't have to do what I did. You wouldn't have to put that whole strip down if you were trying to conserve paper and maybe make, you know, multiple cards of this exact same pattern. You could definitely reserve or save your paper doing it that way. Okay, so now I am going to get myself one of these little labels with our punch here. Oops, I went outside the lines. That's not going to work. Maybe this piece of paper isn't wide enough. Ooh, it might just be barely wide enough. Look at that, barely wide enough. Okay, so I am now going to bring in a foam mat because the stamp set that I'm going to be working with is a photopolymer stamp set. So therefore, I feel like it requires a foam mat. And I have some Wild Wheat ink here. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Wild Wheat. This is one of the sentiments in the stamp set. It says, "It's your birthday." And I'm going to kind of stamp that kind of down at the bottom off to the right-hand side of the label. Perfect. And then we've got some flower pieces from the stamp set that we're going to bring out. And I've got some pretty peacock ink that I'm going to use for my leaves. So I've also got Calypso Coral. And then I have a little Poppy Parade ink spot because my Poppy Parade pad is not cooperating with me today. So I pulled out my little Poppy Parade ink spot and it is cooperating. So we're going to use the ink spot. And so I'm going to kind of decorate around my sentiment here. So I am going to start with this little solid piece here. Now you can see this looks like it has some fuzz on it. So I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and I am just going to, I do this a lot with these bolder photopolymer stamps. Put tape on it and then the tape can get off if there's any fuzz or anything on it. The tape will take that off. Okay, so we're inking this up. We're looking at it to make sure it's nice and inky the way we want it to be. And then I'm going to stamp that kind of right here on the side of the piece of paper. And then I have the, excuse me, my voice is cracking. This is the little flower middle. And so I'm inking that up in the Poppy Parade. And I'm going to stamp that right in the center of that cute little thing. And then I'm going to bring in my leaf stamp and my pretty peacock ink. And I'm going to add a couple of little leaves right here around my cute little flower. And then I have this cute little flower that I'm going to ink up in the Poppy Parade. And I'm going to kind of stamp that like so. And then I'm going to add, I think, just one leaf on this little guy right here. And then I have a flower that has lines in it. And so I'm going to ink that up in some coral also. And I'm going to stamp that kind of right down here at the bottom. So just a little bit of that is going to show. And I think I might do another little piece right here. And then we'll throw in a couple of leaves, maybe right there. And you can see I'm purposely going off the paper multiple times. I really like the look of that when you go off the paper. I just think it looks really fun. Now I'm purposely kind of leaving this open on the side. I think I'm going to put a gem there. So let me close up my inks so that I don't stick my hands in them, even though I still can make a giant, like, look at this. I literally dug my nail into my Night of Navy pad today when I was working with it. I was like, what in the world, Barb? Get serious. Okay. So we have this little guy. This is going to go on the card about right here. So now we have to make a decision. Do we want to put Wild Wheat ribbon underneath this? So there would be Wild Wheat. You guys can help me here. Okay. Wild Wheat. Looks pretty good. Or do we want like a double dose of coral? Because this ribbon, I guess it's trim, not ribbon. They call it trim. It's not very thick, but I think we could wrap 2 pieces of this around and then place this on 2 pieces of the trim. So what do you guys think? The wheat or the coral. So here's coral again. We would go double coral. And then here's the wheat. Okay. I know which one I'm kind of going for. We'll see. You guys are voting. Right now, it looks like wild wheat. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to count. You guys are not making this easy. I need a pencil. Coral, wheat. Okay, so I have wheat, coral, wheat, and then 3 corals. Wheat, 3 corals, wheat, coral, wheat, coral. Wheat, coral. And then 3 corals. 1, 2, 3. A wheat and 2 corals. A wheat and 2 corals. A wheat and 2 corals. Oh my gosh. 4 corals. 1, 2, 3, 4. A wheat and then a whole bunch of more corals. Okay, it looks like we just have multiple corals. So we're going to go with coral. I'm totally fine with that. You know, I like the wheat, but I also, after I stuck this on there, I kind of like the fact that it's going to be 2 pieces, and I think that might add some interest to the card. So we're going to wrap it all the way around, and we're going to tuck it underneath our label. So I need to figure out how long of a piece I need, and of course I'll just double that. Okay, so here are my scissors, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this, and I'm going to start, figure out where I want them to go. There's my label. Okay, so I'm going to have them start, I think about like that is good. So I'm going to tape them down, and I'm going to separate them just a little bit so that we do have the separation. So I think the separation is going to help it look pretty cool. So then we're going to come through the inside of the card, making sure it stays nice and flat. And then we're going to come over the top, and we're going to pull these tight down to the other pieces. Okay. And again, I need to find out where am I putting this so I know where I can cut these off. Okay. So I think I'm going to cut that in half. That's my teeth. I know that's probably really gross and nobody wants to know that I did that, but I just did. I'm not above using my teeth, even though, here's a funny little story. Well, I guess it's not really funny. My brother always yells at me when I use my teeth to do anything. He always yells at me and says, "Teeth are not a tool, Barbara." Even still, that we're grown people, he yells at me, and he's not wrong. Teeth are not tools, and he's right to yell at me, but it just makes me laugh. Okay, I'm going to put 1 dimensional there, and then I'm going to put 2 over here. Ooh, somebody said green. What are we talking about? To my eyes, the blue tone in the paper makes the wheat ribbon look green. Huh. That is very interesting. I'm going to stick that on here again, and I'm going to look at it. Okay. Oh, you know what? You have to peel the backings off the dimensionals, or guess what? They don't stick. So there we have that. Okay. So here it is, wild wheat. So Courtney's saying when you stick it on a blue card, it looks green. And you know what? That is kind of crazy. I feel like it does. So here's green wheat. It definitely does kind of change it, I think. I agree with you. Okay, so there is that. And now we need to bring in our gems. And I think I'm going to go with the peacock gems because we got everything else peacock, and because I don't really feel like this pink is not really the right pink. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. Okay, hold on. We're going to do what I normally do, and I just kind of gently lay the gems on there. I don't smash them down so that if I decide that I want to take them off, I can. What do you guys think? Do you think the pink gems look okay? You know, actually, as I'm looking at it, I don't hate it. I honestly don't. Well, while we're discussing gems, we are going to now do an inside layer. So the inside layer, I can't remember what it measures. Hold on, let me get a ruler. The inside layer is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And I am going to, somebody said do gold. Gold might be better. Hold on. Let me, oops. Oh, I just got glue everywhere. Of course I did. Of course I did. It's not ink, it's glue. Okay, let me put this piece at the bottom here. Oh my gosh, that did not work out at all. Okay, now we're going to snip the ends of this off because this was way too long. This is about 3/4 of an inch. Is that what it is? 5/8. It just happened to be the strip that was left from me cutting some of this off. Gold would look nice. Okay, you guys are saying gold. We're going to try the gold. Hold on, let me add this to the inside. This is where we're going to write our little note, or perhaps glue in a gift card for the recipient whose birthday it is, whoever is having a birthday. Okay, and since we did not smash these down, they should come off very easily. I do that on purpose because I like to look at stuff first. You know, sometimes you just don't know what's going to look good and what's going to look bad. So we're going to take those off and we're going to try the gold. So we're going to do the same thing, kind of gently put the gold ones on there and a big one. Okay, here's the gold. Do you guys think that looks better? I kind of do. Not pink and gold. Yep, you guys are right. You guys are usually right. So there it is. I'm going to push these things out of the way without trying to touch my inked up stamp so I don't get it all over my hands. But there it is. So here's our fun little fun fold here with our fabulous garden walk papers. Now this is not one of the cards that's in the class. This would be like a bonus card for you guys. So if you decide you want to take the class, then you already have another extra bonus card here. And then here's my other card. Yay! So I'm really happy about this. Remember, this is one of the cards you will be making in my class if you decide to take it. Link is in the description. This is my other class. And I want to thank you guys for watching, for putting up with me, for sharing the video like you always do, for giving me a thumbs up, for commenting, for helping me decide how to put all these things together. I appreciate that very much. Thank you to everyone who watches the replay, because I know a lot of you guys watch the replay, and I appreciate that also. So I hope you guys have a great week. If you decide to watch Only Murders in the Building, don't tell me anything about it because I don't want to know. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to watch the end of it tonight. So anyway, I feel like there's a shadow. Oh, it's this trimmer. Okay, anyway. So have a great week, you guys, and I will see you again next Thursday. All right, guys. Bye-bye.